The hardest part of any raft world is thinking about how to design it. Well, let me do the work for you because today I'll be building the perfect starter raft. First things first, we're going to want to upgrade these foundations. The shape won't be anything fancy, but what we want to do is build out 2 on each side, 1 on the back, and for the purpose of the video, I'll paint the first 4 squares just so we don't forget where the center is. So then build out 2 foundations and then go all along where we've just built. Destroy that one because that's where our collection nets are going to go. And then expand out 4 more blocks. Now just to give this thing some shape, we're just going to put a triangle in each corner of the raft. Just like that. And we have our shape. It's looking pretty good, but let's get the collection nets in. So just to save some wood when expanding, use the old foundations because it's a lot cheaper. Now, from these 2 center blocks, we have to expand 15 out on each side. Perfect. And the reasoning for that? Well, if you make the collection net 32 wide, that means you can pretty much collect every single little bit of trash in the ocean. 3, 4, 5, 6... Perfect. Now, what I recommend you do if you don't have instant access to all of these collection nets is just start from the middle and work your way outwards. But for the purpose of this video, obviously, I think I have enough. Alright, now that's done, let's work on the actual building right here. So what I like to do is use the corners for windows. So just place 2 high walls all the way around, 1 high wall on each corner, and then use this window. I like to do that instead of this one because you just can't see out of that. I mean, I'm way too small. And then the stairs will go 1 out from here, place them right there. We'll make a tiny little room here which will be used for our furnaces. So put a floor right there, then we can destroy that, put another floor there. But now let's make the actual entrance to our building. We're going to make a little pillar looking thing right here. This place will also be used for some storage, so put a floor right there and a floor above that. And before we finish this entrance right here, let's actually do the floor real quick. So you'll just want 1 pillar there and 1 pillar there, and then you should be able to just fill in the entire floor. Now you could use solid wooden floors, but obviously in the middle you're going to need triangle wooden floors. So I'm just going to use triangles all throughout. All right, almost done. 1 more and boom. Okay, so then we're going to put 1 more floor right there. And then in order to place the triangle floor, we're going to need 1 more pillar. Put it so that it flows nicely like that. And then go up here, take the roof, make sure it slants just like that, and then 1 more right there. Honestly, that makes it look so streamlined, so that's what we're going to go with. And then since we're actually going to make this floor up here 1 more elevated, we're going to need a roof right here to act as kind of like a stair, I guess. And then put half walls all the way around. On the corners as well. And then once you reach this bit right here, make sure you put an upside down triangle so it flows nicely. And then here we return to the half walls once again, here and here. Now let's make the stairs look pretty. So we're just going to want 1 half wall right here, and then we're going to make a cool little pattern. So we'll put 1 stair there, another one there, another one there. And then we're going to put an upside down triangle on each place, followed by a normal triangle just like that. And of course, you can destroy these pillars since you don't need them anymore, but if you want to keep them for realism, I guess, go for it. Now, we'll put 2 more walls right here just so it doesn't look weird. 2 pillars here, 1 more right here, and then over here we'll have 2 more pillars just so it looks a little more normal. Now, return back to the front. And then put a triangle wall right here, half walls surrounding the entire edge until you get back to the collection nets, and then 1 more triangle just like that. Oh, and make sure you get your sleep because building is pretty tiring. Now that it's morning, break these 2 walls right here, replace that with 2 solid wooden gates, and then just 2 triangles to make sure you've actually got a little platform to land on. And then that's the front done. Now return back up the stairs. Put these half pillars just wherever you want, really. It doesn't really matter because you don't actually need to destroy these since you'll never see them again. And then once again, fill these in with whatever floor you want. It doesn't have to be triangles, but that's what I'm doing. But it is very satisfying when you use triangles and it all fits perfectly. So that is the floor filled in. Now it's time to go around the edges with the solid wooden fences. So we'll start right here and just go all the way around. Just like this. until you reach this bit right there. We're not going to do this one here because it looks much better if we now put a solid half wooden pillar here and right there. And that is the basic shape of this raft done. Now, let's add some little details. In each corner, let's have a half wall just like that, one more over here, and a floor just like that. And then the bed goes right here. We'll have a little fence right there, and of course, a pillar just like that. And now it's looking really snug and cozy. But now let's get some of the useful stuff in place. We'll have 2 furnaces right here, one more above it. And then over here, we're going to have a tiny little chest room. This is, I think, the best way to do chest rooms because it's so compact and much, much better than the titanium storages. I don't know why I use them because they're so inefficient and pretty expensive too. So we'll put them just like that. And then we're done. Boom. 8 chests in such a tiny little area. And of course, you can color code them however you wish. But now let's get started on the receiver. Now, remember, this is a pre-storyline raft, meaning this raft will prepare you perfectly for the radio tower, Vazakatan, and all of that. But it won't feature an engine, a steering wheel, titanium storages, or any of that stuff that you get on one of the storyline islands. So this receiver is going to go right here, and it's going to be a bit of a snug fit, but it should work perfectly. So 1 antenna goes over here, one more on the complete opposite side, and then one more antenna right here, and it works. Just like that, we've got 3 antennas and a receiver in a pretty tight space. It literally just fits, and that's pretty cool. Now, we'll have the sail right next to the receiver, of course, and one of my favorite items, the streamer. We'll put that right there. And yes, this raft actually features an anchor. If we destroy this platform right there, we can literally put it in just like that, and it fits perfectly. And up here, we'll make a little place for the animals. 2 grass plots, and of course you can choose to put a sprinkler here if you want, but I'm not going to. Now, one of the most important things on any raft, and I'm sure you're thinking, right, surely if Bruce eats that platform, then the entire thing's gonna fall down. Well, not exactly, almost, but you're right, it would break it massively. So it's time to put in some reinforced foundations. And I'm gonna use a little trick known in the raft community that when you put one foundation right there, and then leave 4 blocks in between and put another one there, then Bruce won't eat any of this. And it's perfect because we can put another foundation right here, and then one more here, another one on this corner, and then just surround the entire raft just like this. Now this one's a little tricky to get to, but there we go. And then one more, and we're done. And now that means that Bruce can only destroy this bit of the raft. Now let's reinforce all of these little extensions that we've made. So it's time for some utility. So 2 advanced purifiers and 2 paint mills. What we're going to do is destroy this wall right here, this one right here, and then the 2 other walls which are both backed by foundations. Now we want 1 paint mill here with that bit facing us so that we can collect the paint. The other one on the opposite side with once again this bit facing us. And then here we'll have 2 purifiers with obviously the water facing us. And then we can fill in these gaps with windows and it works perfectly. But at the same time, it looks snug and you can't even really notice them. So in the corner, place your cooking pot, and then just to the right, we'll have a grill right here, like that. So you can still access both of these things, but you've got all of your essentials right in front of you. And of course, if you wanted 2 grills, technically you could get rid of one of these annoying fence gates, replace that with a wall, and now you've got room for 2 grills. In fact, I like that, so we'll just keep it just like that. It's time to do some farming. So get 2 medium crop plots and 2 small crop plots. We'll put both medium crop plots right here, and then just in here we can fit 2 small crop plots, and it fits perfectly. And I did say this was the perfect raft, so it will include everything. Feel free to put a bird's nest wherever you want, or don't even include it, but I think it looks pretty cool, so we'll put it right there. Now, right next to the receiver, I want you to put a table, along with obviously 2 chairs, because you need to have somewhere to make all of your plans and ensure everything goes well. So just to make sure this actually looks very cool, we'll put some notes scattered around everywhere, a globe over there, a little open book in front of this guy, and a mug in case you get thirsty. Oh, and of course, a quill. How could I forget? Now, that's looking really, really cool. One of the most important things in the game is arguably the research table. And it's going to go right here next to our bed with 2 chests in the way. And underneath the research table, we're going to have another small chest just to make the most of the space. Now it's time to really decorate this thing. Make sure you get all the curtains you can, these ones in particular, because they're much better than these ones. Now I'm going to place 2 on the entrance, just like this, because they just look so cool. Look at that. So this large shelf right here is going to go in the corner just like that. And then we're going to put 2 chests, but make sure you hang them on the wall because for whatever reason, those chests are slightly slimmer than the ones that are on the floor. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. So we'll put 2 chests right here, a small chest in this cute little apartment up here, and then 1 more chest right there. I'm going to put a clock right here just so that you can always tell the time. You know, that's important once you're sailing in the middle of the ocean with nothing to do. We'll take a little sofa and put that right here. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this triangle right here just because I want to use a bigger sofa. I mean, it just looks better, doesn't it? That looks much nicer. And then we can fit the fire rack in just like that. And of course, a beautiful rug just so it can catch fire, you know? And then over in front of the bed, we're going to have a rug and then 1 more rug over here just in front of the entrance. Oh, and I mustn't forget, the scarecrow has got to go up here because obviously you don't want to be dealing with those pesky seagulls. In fact, I've just broken that fence right there because I want to put a half wall and then just a roof going like that just to add a little bit of shape to this place. There we go. That actually looks really, really cool. And now I'm going to put a triangle right here in the corner and we can just use that for some extra storage or whatever we want it to be. So we will put some books up here because that does just make sense. Maybe a couple roses. And of course, how could I forget? The annoying radio. No, we're turning you off. Absolutely not. But there is one thing we're still missing. A dining area. So we'll put this table right there. 2 chairs either side, of course. A couple notes just scattered around. Some cutlery on either side. A cup for each person, of course. And I guess we can make it a little bit romantic with a sunflower. And maybe even a candle. Oh, and of course, a quill, because you can't have paper without a pen. This place is actually really starting to come together now. But there is one thing it's missing. Light. So we'll start off with the string lights. I'm going to put some above my bed, just like that. A couple more in the entrance to this place. Just rotate it diagonally, and then it should fit pretty nicely. Now let's start with the lanterns. So make sure you get the metal lanterns, because they just look so much better. We're going to put half pillars on each corner over here. Put the lantern on top of the pillar, and that just looks so much better. We'll put another half pillar right here next to our back entrance, and of course a lantern on top of that. We can have a little lantern right here as well, just don't hit your head. And now one on here, another one right here, and then on each corner we want 2 lanterns, and then I guess we can put 1 more over here. I honestly don't think we need many lanterns in here, but I suppose we can add 1 right there above the bed, and I like the look of that. Now there's one major thing this place is still missing, and that's the little details like paintings, plants, and so on. So we'll start with the paintings, and I'll get 1 of each, and these are literally the starter paintings, so you can get these very, very easily. We'll put 1 right there, another one over here, of course 1 above the bed, and then I guess the last one can just go over here. In fact, I'm gonna move this one right here, replace it with a trophy board, and then this can just go above the dinner table to remind them of the time they were attacked by Bruce. So as I'm in creative, I actually can't put a shark head on that, but you can do whatever you want with it. Now let's get 2 of each plant. We'll put 1 plant right next to the bed, another over here, 1 more next to our cooking pot, because why not? A small one right here, 1 on our beautiful table, a cactus right here, making sure not to walk into it because that might hurt. And then I suppose our animals can have the last plant. I mean, it is a cactus, but it might taste good. Perhaps it's got good healing properties, you know? I suppose I am a good animal owner. But anyways, we've got the calendar. Let's put that right above our dining table. Over here, that looks good. A couple motivational quotes. I think we need every single one of them, surely. We'll put 1 right there. The live, laugh, sail above our bed. That looks good. And we'll just put the other one right above it. Now, cupboards. These things are really, really cool because you can actually hang them off the wall. And I think I'm actually going to put 1 right up here, along with some other cool stuff as well, of course. We can actually fit a pair of shoes in here, which is perfect. Of course, you guys can change the position of all of these things. It doesn't matter. I'm just putting them where I think they look good. And of course, you want to be able to do the business with a good view. And now this thing is pretty much complete. All we need to do is paint some of the furniture to make it fit in a little better. So I'm going to go with a pretty neutral dark gray. Curtains, rugs, sofa, all of this can be painted. And as for the chairs and everything, I'm gonna go with a dark cyan similar to my channel color and just do a secondary kind of thing like that. That actually looks really good. We'll do this on the sofa as well, and the receiver. Why not? I'm not gonna paint any of these things because it looks a little weird, I won't lie. But what I will do is paint this table and the chairs and the outhouse and the cupboards, because why not? All we have to do is get rid of the center 4 squares and maybe place a little rug just so all of your new friends that come onto your world get a warm welcome, you know? So it's finally complete, the perfect starter raft. Are there any things you guys would change? Let me know in the comments. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to watch this one next. And of course, have a great day.